Hey guys, Andrew Davidson here with As Per My Ability. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about escape room games. So escape rooms are these companies that are popping up like pimples everywhere, where you basically go with your friends. You get, I believe it's about 60 minutes to be locked in a room in which you have to figure out puzzles, to find the right keys to open up doors in order to get out, to escape the room in 60 minutes. They've done some escape room games that you can play at home that come with like puzzles and stuff. I figured I would show off some of the ones that I have to you guys. Now, I have played pretty much every escape room game, board game, out there. I do not own every single one that I've played. There's at least two that I'm thinking of right now that I cannot show off to you, but I will show off the ones that I have and talk a little bit about how I think, So this is not a ranking video at all, although I will tell you like if I really like it or if it was just only okay. So let's jump into it. The very first one is actually a Spiel des Jahres winner from a few years ago, and for those of you that don't know, Spiel des Jahres is the German Game of the Year, which is basically like the Oscars of board games. It's a pretty big deal. It's a German award, and that is Exit the Game. And there's a bunch of these. This is just one that I grabbed called the Polar Station, in which you open it up, and there are puzzles and things that are thematic to whatever type of situation. As you can see, I've already played this one. Now, these games are great. They have a lot of cool mechanisms in them in regards to how you find clues, or sometimes there's things you have to like assemble with parts that they give you, and then you have to like look at it from a certain angle and be like, oh, I can see the number, there it is. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool ideas. It won the Spiel des Jahres, so Exit the Game. There are a bunch of these out. They're pretty cheap. The one caveat that I have to say, and I will try to say it as I go through, is that this is not replayable. So this is done. Once you play it, you're done, because you kind of rip up cards or you bend things, or you'll need to write on something to block something out. So once you play them, they're done. They're about 15 bucks or so. Somewhere in there, maybe 20 bucks. So that's the first one, Exit the Game. The next one is by Space Cowboys. It's probably one of my favorites. There's another one that I'll get to in a minute that I'd say is probably my favorite, and that's called Unlock. The Unlock series is really cool because it's just, maybe I can show you here, it's just a deck of cards. And there's a tutorial for it. It's just cards, basically. And you play with an app on your phone, for your smartphone or whatever. There are a bunch of unlocks. I have almost all of them. I'm missing maybe 2 or 3 of them. And some of them I'm giving away. Because the thing about Unlock is these cards in here are all set in a certain order. And as you go through and play the game, all you have to do is set the cards back in order. They have little numbers on the bottom, so you can reset the deck and give it off to someone else. So I've had a lot of these at one point, but I've kind of passed them on to other people along the years as I've played them. Unlock, again, you can only really play once, because then you kind of figure out the puzzles, but you can give it to your sister, you can give it to a friend, say, here you go, and that's what I love about Unlock. It does require an app, whereas Exit the Game does not require an app. But we all have smartphones. It's not that big of a deal. It's a free download. You use it to type in the codes, and it'll tell you like stuff, or you'll get to listen to audio files and be like, oh, okay, and whatnot, stuff like that. So I really enjoy Space Cowboys. They make another game called Time Stories, which I really like. And so yeah, Unlock is one of my favorites just because it's so simple. Not the game, not the puzzles. The puzzles can be tough, but it's simple as far as like it's just a deck of cards, and you're trying to like put numbers together. And yeah, it's good. That's the one that I really like, and you can play it with other people, and you can give it away to other people. So we'll get to, I guess we'll just jump right in the middle. We'll get to my favorite, which is by Think Fun. Now, I really enjoy Think Fun. Think Fun basically makes a bunch of games that are like educational. Um, what's the name of the game? They make a game. It's an old game where the parking lot game where you have a car and you're trying to get the car out of the parking lot, but you have to move all these other cars and there's a certain sequence. Like Think Fun, like put out a cool version of that game. They also put out a cool like game where you construct your own roller coaster and you're trying to use so many pieces to construct to get the ball from here to here. So they do a lot of like kind of educational cognitive games, STEM games and stuff like that. However, this one, Escape the Room, this is one of the two that they have out, which I'm really bummed because this would probably be my favorite. Maybe not necessarily this particular scenario, but this style, this company, the way that they do these is really great. So Escape the Room by Think Fun. There are two of these out. This is the Secret of Dr. Gravely's Retreat, and then there's another one called the Stargazer's Manor. They're both good. I really like the presentation that they do with these. These are also played one time, but you can go on the website and reset everything. You can put everything back in the packages the way that they're supposed to be, and you can give these on to your friends. And I've done that. This has actually gone to like 3 people, and it's made its way back to my place. So, Escape the Room by Think Fun. That's probably my favorite. I just like the presentation. I like the pieces and stuff that you get to use. So, moving on, we'll keep this short. This is like by a pretty big box game. Not because it is a big box, but I think it's by a big company. It's called Escape Room the Game. There are 2 of these out. The first one I just gave off. There's also a like Jurassic Park one, type one. Anywho, yeah, so there's quite a few of these. As you can tell, everything's kind of rolling around inside. Maybe it's an advertisement. There's some expansions, Murder Mystery and Funland. Anyways, you pick these up at Walmart. This is why I got these, or Target. And it comes with 3 different scenarios. These are actually pretty cool. I have not played this one at all, which is why it's still kind of banging around in my collection. The others I have played or I've just passed off to other people to play. But there's some pretty cool, like, there's one challenge in here that was so cool. I gotta tell you guys, it's such a great experience, where you had to take a Sharpie and you had to make little lines on your fingers, like lines like this. And so I did that. I was playing with a friend of mine. It was just the 2 of us. I did that, and I was like, I got these black like line slits like on my fingers because I was copying a photo and said like make your hands like the photo, and the photo was like this and so I did it on myself. I took a Sharpie and like wrote all over myself. And I was like, okay, all right, I don't get it, until finally, later on, probably 5-10 minutes later, it was like, wait a second. And I put my fingers together, and all of the like lines gave us a number, and it was like, that's the number we need. I think it was a 4. Spoiler, whatever, but it was like a 4. Like, that's the final number that we need for the code and like for the finale. I thought that was super cool, like drawing on yourself. There's a couple other ones that use mirrors and stuff like that. There's also one that uses a phone number that you call. So you call and you get an answering machine, and they give you some information like you've reached blah, blah, blah. Be sure to, and you write down all the clues and stuff. Super cool. I've not played any of the ones that I just showed off to you, though. But that's another one that's a big box, meaning like you can find it at some of the bigger retailers. You don't necessarily have to order it on Amazon. Like I said, I found mine at Walmart. And so those ones are fun, and the difficulty can scale up. On the side of the box, it'll show you how hard each one is. So some of the easier ones could be great for kids, and the older ones could be great for nobody, because I'm terrible at the difficult ones. I'm not a puzzle man, that's for sure. So the last one is really different. because it is a, what you would call a subscription service, a subscription box, in which I have no, I have not even come close to completing. So it is called Dispatch, is what it's called. You can look it up online. Just put Dispatch in your web browser or whatever, and you get a box. So here's, I don't know if you can see it, Chapter 1. You probably can't see there. You get Chapter 1. You get a box in the mail like this, and you open it up, and it comes with a whole bunch, oh, I don't want to spoil too much, but it comes with a whole bunch of reading material and notes and journals, and there's a map in here, I think. And it's a story of a husband and a wife. I believe they're millionaires. They're quite popular in society, and the wife has gone missing. She's on the run or kidnapped, and she's sending you these packages. And so the packages give you a clue of where she might be. And in order to solve where she is, it's kind of like Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego, like, or a certain city or something, and be able to go on to the next box. And so I think I have these a little out of order, but you get all these boxes that she sends you in the mail. These are out of order, by the way. The Tanzania, I've only done the first box, and to be honest with you, I found it so incredibly difficult that I opened up the second box, pulled everything out, messed with it for like 3 minutes, and was like, I can't. Like, the first one was way too difficult for me. So yeah, the boxes are like, kind of cool. Oh, there's something in this one. Haven't figured that one out. This is like Chinese or Mandarin or something. And so you get in the mail, you start getting these whole things of these escape boxes. Now, this is not really escape room games, but they are puzzly games. You have to figure out certain codes and certain longitude and latitude to figure out things, and there's certain little letters written in which you have to like highlight certain letters, certain numbers to spell out a code. So that's called Dispatch. That's basically an independent company. You cannot buy Dispatch at all anywhere in a store. You have to go to their website and order it, or maybe check on Amazon. Maybe people are selling it, selling them on Amazon. Oh, Dispatch is an interactive serial mystery that tests your detective skills each month with a new delivery of clues. I should have just read that. That's a better description of it. And so those are the ones that I have to show off for you guys. I have also played what's called the Werewolf Experiment, and then also Flashback, which they're both by the same company. Those ones are really great. The Werewolf Experiment, I highly recommend. Flashback was only okay. Those are two others that I've done that I do not have in front of me. Also, there is another just simple card game that is the one I played was the Venice. It's like escape the room, escape the whatever, and I'll put a picture or something. I can't remember exactly. I don't own it. I've never owned it. Someone basically, like with some of these games, someone basically just passed on a copy to me. I messed around with it, and then I passed it on to someone else. And that was a long time ago. I don't remember. But that's another one that's just card-based. So you just go through cards, you reset them, then you pass them on to someone else. And so this is what I have to show off in regards to escape room games. I highly recommend, if you want to get started, because this one's pretty for kids too, is this Think Fun Escape the Room game. That would be my recommendation to start. And then you can move into Exit the Game and some of the unlock games if you like all of that puzzly stuff. And then you have like Dispatch if you like getting things in the mail and doing the whole subscription thing. However, caveat, these are really hard. I had a hard time with this. The first one, there are no clues. You have to get accepted into a private group on social media in order to get some clues. And even then, they never tell you the answer. They just kind of ask a question like, well, have you done this? Have you looked closer at this? And you're just like, this is really frustrating because I just tell me the answer. And so these are tough, but they're cool because you get these boxes and there's stuff in them. So yeah, that's it. That's what I have to show off. Thank you everyone for watching and sticking with me for however long, the last 15 minutes or so. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know about escape room games you've played that I maybe didn't talk about. I know there's a lot of them out there. And so, or tell me about your favorite ones. Did I hold up one that you really enjoy? Which ones do you like better than others? So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys all at the next video.